Hey everyone, welcome to Realistic Realtors with Superior Coaching School. I'm Bill and this is Nick, and we're so excited to share with you our program. We're all about keeping it real. We're all about putting you guys into action right away. We're going to show you the steps that you can take right now to be better at your real estate business. Today, we're up to volume 8 of your business planning. We're going to do something fun today. It's about vision board. Creating your vision board. This is going to be fun, guys. You're going to really like this exercise today.
Yeah, and I think this exercise, creating a vision board, is going to be so key for anybody who's listening. Doesn't matter if it's old school or new school, because we know that a vision board applies to everybody. So let's start with this. Strategic planning is worthless unless there's first a strategic vision. Now, what does this mean? I think really when you break it down, you can't have a plan unless you first visualize what the goal that you are to have achieved by executing that plan is, okay? And so by visualizing this and putting this into picture, into video, into strategic instructions on how to get there, that's what a vision board is. It's basically putting it all together, your goals, your plan, and your vision, and saying, this is what I'm going to achieve a year from now, a few years from now, someday.
And the fun part about a vision board, guys, it's merely your dream, right? We're not putting it to action right now. It's all about creativity, creating your dream, and we're putting it down on paper so we can actually visualize it. It's a collage. So start any way you want. Start with a big piece of board. Start on your computer. Create some pictures, print out some pictures, take some pictures. Start that way.
Have some fun with it too,
Yeah.
I mean, this should be the most exciting one, right? Lesson that we do, because this is one that you can actually do with us. Yep. So I want everybody out there to follow along with these steps, right? Start writing down exactly what it is that you foresee yourself doing a year from now. Okay? Your dreams. Your why. Now, we talk a lot about your why in our program, right? And we do this because it's so important. Your why defines your brand, defines you, defines what kind of content you want to make, right? It defines how you run your business, but it also defines what you're doing it all for.
And it's your path to success.
Exactly. Warren Buffett says entrepreneurs are the only people in the world who will work 100-hour work weeks to avoid working a 40-hour work week, right? So have passion, have some pride in that. Take some pride in the fact that you're going to work your tail off to achieve something great. And what are those great things that you want to achieve? Well, print them out, write them down. And so seriously, go to your printer, go to your computer, and start looking up where do you want to be a year from now? Maybe you don't want to be in the house you're at or in the situation you're in. Maybe you don't want to be living in the same city.
Yep. And basically, your vision board is intended for inspiration and motivation. So what inspires you? What motivates you? For me, you'll see stuff on my vision board that's going to have a beach in Florida. It's going to have a boat. It's going to be on a personal level, me spending more time with my kids. You're going to see photos of my kids. You'll see photos of my wife. You might see a cool car that I want one day, So it's not just materialistic stuff. It's also, right now, where I'm at, time means more to me than that materialistic stuff. Time with my wife and kids is important to me. So you'll see on my vision board a lot of family stuff. So we're all different, and there's no wrong or right reasons, Nick. Your vision board is your vision. It's your creation of your dream, where you want to be.
But I think what's important to note is that your vision board should elicit an emotional response from you. That's the whole point. It's to motivate. It's to remind you of why you work so hard for something. And so just as we mentioned earlier, when we were talking about setting goals and goal setting, and we want to tape our goals everywhere and right in front of us, we want to do the same thing with our vision board. We want to make sure that we create a really, really awesome vision board that allows us to visualize why we are so motivated, why we work so hard in real estate. Because again, guys, the way we look at it, you can't be successful in real estate, you can't have a successful real estate career without being balanced. You got to have a why.
And I think your vision board, Nick, is based on your feelings. It's based on your feel. That's important. My vision board personally is not just a bunch of goals that I want to attain. It's how I feel right now and how I want to feel in the future. That's very important. It's a vision board to me is very emotional attachment of your goals, where they want to be.
Yeah, and I think if you're driven, like you mentioned, towards your personal goals, your business goals will align, right? So we talk a lot about, when we're looking at our vision board, not just our business goals, but our personal goals. You mentioned family, and I think that's a big part of it. You know, you have family that's a part of it. You have your health, right? And I think the most important one is, as you mentioned earlier a little bit, your time and how free your time is, right? So if you're not creating a passive income, or if you're not building a business, maybe you're not building a team, if you're constantly on that hamster wheel, working over and over and over, building and selling more real estate, that could be part of your business. But what are ways that we're going to strategically get to a point where maybe we don't have to be on the hamster wheel, right?
Right.
And so it's important to visualize, maybe I can hire an admin. Maybe I should hire, a buyer's agent. I should build a team, because what will that allow me to do? Spend more time with my kids and my family, and allow myself to free up my schedule.
And what I like to point out, your vision board is your first step to achieving your goals. Your vision board is your first step to achieving your goals. And that's why we're so excited to share this with you guys today. We did a lesson before on goals. Write down your goals, how you're going to get there. Well, we have to envision those goals first. And the vision board is something fun. And you can have copies of that board all over the house, in your car, in your vacation house, in your office. It's important that we visualize these and then write down our goals.
Yeah, and so we really were inspired for these vision boards from someone that we appreciate a lot, AJ Maida, and he's shared so much knowledge with us. But I think we should all take his approach. So if you guys would follow along with us and kind of start planning out your vision board. We have here, up here, an example of a vision board that AJ made. And you can see on the vision board, he's got a couple things listed out here. Not just from his business perspective, but his personal goals.
He breaks it down.
He breaks it down. He's very structured with his goals. And I like that, because he's got 1-year goals. You see, you have 1 to 3 year goals. You got 5 to 10 year goals. And then you have someday goals, right?
Yeah. And the personal, you'll see that he has health. And he wants to, weigh so much in 6 months, and he wants to run so much and get to the gym. He aspires to hit these goals on a physical level. And then I'll have goals where he'll want to be with his family, and he'll break them down in different time slots. And then on the flip side, Nick, you'll see that he talks about his business goals, right? And he breaks it down to how much he wants to earn a year and how it increases every year. So it's good to have a balance there.
It's definitely great to have balance, but I think what's key is that you see that AJ is one of the most structured people that we know, right? And what we mean by structure is that when he's looking at his schedule, if there's something in his schedule that doesn't align with everything he's listed right here, on the vision board, he'll stop and he'll realize, this is something that I'm doing that I need to cut out of my schedule, because it's not helping me get towards my goals,
It's
towards
not.
my vision.
It's not following his vision.
Exactly.
The path that he laid down on his vision board isn't parallel. So if it's going off stray, he wants to pull it back in parallel to the path that he created on his vision board.
Guys, if you spend the time to follow the steps we've given you, to follow the plan, to strategize, if you're spending the time right now visualizing why you are so motivated to work hard to achieve your goals, if you are putting together a strategic business plan as we speak for 1 year, 3 year, 5 year, someday goals, and then you go about your life, and tomorrow you wake up after watching this lesson and you're not following the plan that you put together, you're just shooting yourself in the foot. You did all the preparation, the work, put it to action. Just follow your plan. It's all about just staying. AJ always says, you got to stay in your lane. He's like, just if you define where you want to go, and that's the path to get there, why would you go off that path? Follow the path. It's almost like typing in the GPS, right? And you're getting navigated to where you want to go, and you're like, I'm just going to take a detour,
Sure.
right? You're voluntarily stepping off the path. You want to stay focused on the side ahead.
So let's review. So basically with the vision board, it's all about your feelings. It's your dream. It's no one else's dream. There's no right or wrong with your vision board. Whatever you put down there, no one can criticize it. You can change it. You can update it whenever you want. Put down some personal goals. Put down some business goals. Include some pictures.
Yeah, and I think it's very important to note that some of the most successful people in the world use vision boards. Go and look up some of your people that you look up to in this business, and if you Google them, you'll find their vision boards and how they visualize their goals and have visualized their dreams. Go watch that Matthew McConaughey speech that he gave right a couple years ago, where he talks about how he visualized him being in that position, accepting an award,
Sure.
10 years before. That's the kind of visualization that AJ talks a lot about, and we're so excited to have him kind of go into deep detail about.
Sure.
So you guys are going to love this interview. During the interview, we were just like blown away by AJ. And do you want to talk a little bit more about AJ, because you guys have a great relationship?
AJ is a motivator. He's a coach. He's living down in Puerto Rico now. At the age of 32, has enough residual income that he's basically retired. So now he's giving back. He's helping agents. He helps our group all the time. So we welcome AJ, welcome you to watch the interview. Enjoy it, and we'll see you guys next week.